You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature.
Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop. Thanks for stopping by today. I do appreciate it. Now, don't be confused. Halloween is over, but I had mentioned in one of these videos, a couple of these videos, as I were going along, hey, maybe I should just save the seeds, take them apart, see if the paint peels off, see if they've preserved themselves after Halloween, because I've had them for 2 or 3 weeks now. And that's what I'm going to do today. So this is kind of like a filler video, a cleanup video. It's not just making the videos and prepping them for YouTube. It's what do you do with everything after? So that's kind of what this is. So let me do this. I think the shark should go first since it was the first video. I do want to peel the paint on that one. Curious to see. Take them apart and we will go from there. See what I'm going to salvage. And hopefully it'll be a fun video as we travel along this end of a series of my pumpkin spooky nights with a Z pumpkin kits. All right, so this was the first kit. I still have the instructions. I still have the paint too for all of them. So let's just put it all back in the box. I don't think I'm gonna keep the boxes, but I think the parts are still usable. Look at that. So they don't come off. Oh, that's a cute looking shark. They just pull off of the sticks. So it almost feels like they've fused into the pumpkin. Now I'm really curious as to the peeling part. So let's get in here and see. I have not, oh, here is an opening right here. And you could, it almost feels like it's ready to peel. Feel the peel. And look at that. All right, that is the painted skin, I guess you could call it. Now, it did say it's waterproof. I'm going to say yes. This stuff would definitely repel the water. And then the spots where there was imperfections in the pumpkin, the paint kind of still stuck on. Let me get these little sticks on because I feel like they're going to poke me if I don't. Ooh. They don't want to come out easily. There you go. I need to get into this pumpkin now. I'm not going to carve them, but you could. I guess you still could. They could be jack-o'-lanterns if you wanted to. I've never really just cut one in half. Let's see if we could do it. All right, let me get a cutting board. And we'll see if we can save the guts out of this one. Okay, so I've done my share of pumpkin carving over the years. I'm going to be off camera, and I'm just going to cut it in half so then I can scoop it out. I'm not in a pumpkin decorating mood, so I'll try to keep as much of that off camera as possible. Although I'm using a ceramic type knife. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Ah, that looks fresh and good on the inside. Very cool. So let me save the seeds and the guts. Look at all those beautiful seeds. I have to say, when I was peeling, I was being very, what you would call, careful to be quiet, because I like the sound of the peel. Now these would go to a sink and wash and pull out all the guts. Now normally, if I was doing this with a pumpkin, for jack-o'-lanterning, you'd have the hole in the center, and then at the top, and then you would sit there and scoop this out. So now I would take this. My hands are going to get dirty. And then you want to get rid of as much of the guts as possible. Now I'd probably have a paper bag here. The more you do this now, the less you have just a pile of guts in a bowl to go through. And this one, actually, surprisingly, is really nice. Now, normally I would just soak them in salt water. That's what I used to do. What I've done in the past. I saw a video the other day, and they, I think, boiled them in salt water. I'll have to see. I think I saved that one. I knew this day would come, that I'd be able to make my own seeds. Okay, so a little bit of washing. That's the harvest for that. Now, this whole inside of this pumpkin is edible, right? You could eat it. If you like the taste of pumpkin, or you want to make some kind of pumpkin filling, you can. Ooh, salvage one seed. But I think I'm just going to clean them out. I just like that sound too, the peeling of the pumpkin. All right, maybe I should just get another bowl. A smaller bowl for the seeds, and use this for the guts. Okay, there we go. Let's get this stem out. Now, like normally you would just do that initially. There. And let's just cut this, cut it one more time. I think that's good. That's good harvesting. Alright. So we'll leave that there. The guts all there. Let me grab another bowl just for the seeds, and I'll put all the guts and pieces in there. Alright. I didn't necessarily have a complete plan here, so it's all working out on video. There, that should hold all the seeds. I'm going to keep the pumpkin pieces and leave the guts. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dispose of them. It's garbage day, so. We'll do it this way. I get stuck that I have to save every seed. Well, look at this. Now you could put all kinds of seasoning on these. Salt. You know, they have flavored pumpkin seeds of all types, I guess. Pepper. Spicy. I just like salt. So if I was going to roast this pumpkin, which I still could, which I will probably roast some of it, because you can make pumpkin filling, right? You could just eat the roasted pumpkin. A little brown sugar. We'll see, that's this seed almost slipped by. All right. I would probably cut it one more time like this. I probably should just roast some. By the time this video is done, I'll be able to try it. Of course, you don't eat the skin. Scrape all that out, and I'd probably just cut it into strips like this, and pieces like this, and put them on a pan like that, and roast them. Should I put some in the oven? Should we see what they look like when they've been cooked for an hour? Let's try it. I'm not going to show you that, but I'm going to bring this all up and cook this. Ooh, a seed. This is the purple from that purple pumpkin. All right, that's enough to roast. Okay, that's a keeper. Let me clean up. Let me grab the next pumpkin. I'm not going to cut it all up in front of you. I'm just going to keep the pieces. I'll roast a little bit. And let me just do this last piece. All right, there's enough to roast. All right, let's put that in the oven. Yeah, as I was cleaning up and getting a tray, I decided, well, let me get these on a tray. Now, depending if I was going to roast a whole half, don't want any of the paint. Okay. Now let's get all this in the garbage so we look neater here. Ooh, a seed. Almost lost a seed. Okay. There we go. Nice and clean. Oh, and there's still a stick in this one, so I'm just going to chop out the stick. See the stick? Now, you're not going to eat the skin, so it doesn't really matter what's on that. And then just a little bit of olive oil. Now, if you want to season it, you can. If you're going to use it for, say, there we go. Filling, you wouldn't want to season it with salt. So this is going to get it coated. Alright, so this will go in the oven. And then I will be back. I'll let that roast while I finish the video. Alright, pumpkin number 1, harvested of the seeds. Pumpkin number 2. Now I glued these on, let's just see. Well, these I don't think I'm going to save. But it peels right off. I have since cleaned my cutting board. I don't want anybody concerned about the paint. I'm being very cautious with the paint. Alright, let's do the peel again. Remember the fun with that? Oh, this one's got a little rotten spot there. The black does not peel. Okay, so this one also has a couple little spots on the bottom. Maybe it was an older pumpkin when I started, I don't know. And this one does not look as easy to peel. Yeah, this whole side of this pumpkin. Now, just because there's a little bit on the outside doesn't mean the stuff on the inside is bad, but we're going to see. Okay. I think what I'm going to do with this one, since it doesn't peel as nice, I don't really need the outside of this. I will not bake this one unless I cut off the skin, which you could do. Let's get in this one. The peeling was not as cool. I mean, I could do it. It would take a while. Okay, so this pumpkin, yeah, has issues around the whole pumpkin, but let's see what it's like on the inside. Let's see if we can still harvest the seeds. Because that's the goal here. Harvest the seeds. It's soft. Oh, I can't wait to see what's on the inside of this one. Just seems different. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's not rotten at all on the inside. And nowhere near as many seeds. So because of the paint, I really don't want to take the time to salvage this one. We'll see. That's for another day. That's a whole different project now. To get the skin off, cut the skin off. Okay. Just look at that inside. Ooh, cool. Now remember, the seeds are going to be washed. You wash them really well. I'll tell you what, it's much easier getting into a pumpkin like this than trying to do it from the top. Okay, I think that's good. I think it's a good time to wash my hands because I'm finding purple from the table, little pieces of purple. So let's call this one rotten, a little bit rotten. All right, let me grab the next pumpkin, wash my hands, and I will continue on, clean up the surface a little bit. I will get rid of all of the color around here, and I will be back. All right, completely fresh, clean work surface. Let us do this one. This one never made it to video, sadly, but now we know what to do. Okay, so those came out pretty good. Okay, hands clean. Ready to go. Let's see, do you think the purple is going to peel like the blue? Oh, I forgot this is a white pumpkin underneath. It's not wanting to peel as easy. Okay, so the paints are different, obviously. Like this is a almost crispy. The blue peeled really nice. Boy, I was hoping for much better peeling. It's like it's chipping away. Okay, so that one's not going to be able to easily be worked on. Well, let's just get to the seeds, because that's really what I started for, was the seeds. Cut it in half. Okay, so this pumpkin is much harder than the first two. What's inside? A white pumpkin. Ew, interesting color. Let's see. Let's see how many seeds this guy's holding. Quite a few. It smells a little different too than the other two pumpkins. I mean, it's pumpkin-y, but it's not exactly the same. It's almost more pumpkin smell, if that makes any sense. Okay. I started the video thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing all kinds of pumpkin peeling, and it didn't work. Look at that. I don't want to say it's rotten inside, because it's not. It's just moisture color, moisture, wetter inside. The outside is still fresh. I don't see any rotten spots like on that last pumpkin. Okay, that one's done. Not going to do anything else with that one. I know I left some seeds. Okay, let's grab the next pumpkin after I clean up. Okay, I have high hopes for a good peel. And I had high hopes I'd be saving a lot more pumpkin, but I don't think I can. It would be a lot of work to peel the skin off. And I do not want to put it in the oven with the paint, that's for sure. Oh, this one looks, oh, look at that. This one's peeling nice. Now this one had two coats. 2 coats of paint, if I remember correctly. I almost feel like I just want to go like that, but... Ooh. Yellow peels good. Well, let's just see. I don't want to speak too soon, but... Like I said, anywhere there's a little blemish, the paint sticks to it more. Hope we get this piece. Ooh, look at that. Well, I have to say, Sharky peeled the best. I mean, this will eventually peel, but it's not as fun. Lots of little pieces, which I'm trying to avoid. One, because I want to make this, get to the seeds. All right, let's just cut this one up. And see what's inside. Look. Ah. Look at all those beautiful seeds. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, that's how you de-seed a pumpkin. Clasp your hands like you're making a scoop and just go in there, one on each side, and pull out all the wonderful seeds. Okay, like this, watch. Put your hands in, hold together, and pull. There you go. Well, sadly, one more pumpkin to go through, and it's a white one. Let's see if it's as sticky on the inside as the first one. Okay. Ooh. 2 seeds. 3 seeds. There we go. All right. The last pumpkin. Let's do it. Ooh, look what almost slipped by. A whole thing of seeds. Yes, this is my dirty cutting board, which I use for dirty projects. For gluing and cutting and doing all kinds of other things. And taking apart pumpkins, which I've never done before on video. Okay, sadly, no one told me what they thought this thing was. Okay, so I'm not getting any sense that this is going to peel easily, this one. Nope. That's in pieces. We know the black's the hardest to peel. I'm going right in. Not going to waste your time. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I do know how to handle knives. I am constantly in the kitchen cooking, making dinner. Here we go. Wow, that one's filled. Let's see. The two-handed scoop method. I wasn't sure if I should actually roast these for you, but maybe I will. Now some of the paint made it in here, so I want to be careful not to take that. Scrape those up later. Actually, scrape them up now. Beautiful. So it is getting paint on the surface just because of the pumpkin scratching up against it. Okay, what to do next? All right, well, let me go review that video. Maybe I can prep these seeds, get them in the oven, and I'll come back with the roasted. I'll show you how I prep the seeds. Now, normally I would just wash these, dry them, put them on a tray, salt them. That was the old way. Then I saw somebody soak them for a couple hours overnight to get the salt into the seed and then roast them. I've got a dehydrator. I guess that's another way. All right, well, I'm going to completely clean up, but look at all the beautiful seeds. You got to get off all the slimy stuff. We would call that pumpkin guts, right? Got to get rid of the pumpkin guts. Wait a minute. Look. He almost slipped by. One seed. All right. Let me decide, and I will be back. All right, I made it to the real kitchen, so now I'm just going to rinse these in cold water. Ooh, there is a piece of paint in there, so I got to be careful. Is it in? Oh, it's stuck to the bottom. All right, that was on the bottom of the bowl. And this is all I do. You'll see the yellowish, orangish pumpkin guts coming off on the side. I just saw a piece of blue paint. There we go. Okay, so I decided, and I've never done this before, I've always wanted the perfect pumpkin seed, so I'm going to do this 4 different ways. Like I used to do. Now I would just take these, clean them really good, and then salt them, put them on a tray and bake them. I have a food dehydrator, because that was another method I saw. And then another method is just to soak them for an hour or 2 in salt water, and then bake them. And the last method was to boil them in salt water, and that's the one I'm really curious about. I've done all the other methods. I mean, they're all tasty, they're all good, but you just want the perfect crunchy seed, don't you? I don't necessarily like them the way they are in the bag in the store. Sometimes they're slightly mushy when you get them that way. They're not as crisp as you'd like them. It's like eating, it's like when you make popcorn. When you first make it, it's crunchy, and then you let it sit for a while, and all of a sudden you have like a chewy kernel. I saw a little piece of yellow somewhere, and I'm trying to isolate that. I think it's... I'll find it. So basically you're just trying to get out those bigger guts that the seeds are all stuck on. Alright, I think that's... Oh, there it is. Got it. Alright. Now I'm going to just get some of the water out. I'll let them sit a little bit. I wonder if a salad spinner. I wonder if you can put them in a salad spinner and dry them out. The seed. Yeah, he's alright. You look a little brown, but I think we're okay. There's no more orange liquid coming out, so I think we're good. They feel good in your hands, though. Look. It's cool. All right. Let me split these up now, 4 ways. Let me get 4 bowls, equal amounts, and I'll try all 4 methods. I think we're good. All right, let me split them up. All right, I like that. All right, I am set. I happen to be on my kitchen island, which just seemed to make for a very nice presentation location, which I've never shown you before on video. So I thought, let me do a cup in each to start, so I could split this up 4 ways. That is a healthy cup. There's number 2. And number 3. And let's get number 4. Ooh, hard to scoop now. We'll make it work. Okay, so that is a cup in each. Let me grab let's see, 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 cup. Let's see if I can get a 1/4 cup more in each one. 2. I think it's gonna work. That's about a 1/4 cup. And then that's about a 1/4 cup. Okay, so now let me set up the ways that I can show you right now. Let me get the dehydrator set up first, and then we'll go through each one and I'll show you the steps that I'm going to use. Okay, so the first one, dehydrator. I'm going to follow the same amount of oil, same amount of salt for all of them. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of oil for the amount of seeds I have. I want to be consistent on all of them. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I am using regular old, all natural sea salt. So I'm going to mix this up. And it's okay that there's a little orange in there from the pumpkins. And I just need to put this out on the tray, and then I'll put this in the dehydrator. They are falling through a little bit, which is okay. That's why I have a couple trays there. Okay, spread those out. Okay, it's falling to tray 2 and tray 3. So let me get this on the tray 2. And then I'll just leave the third tray there as a catch-all. Okay, that's okay. We're good. Actually, I think I'm going to move a little bit of this to the bottom one. All right, so I'm going to use all 3 trays. All right, let's head over to the dehydrator. I got some that went through the middle, so I'll grab those. Ooh, left a couple seeds in there. All right. Those fell through. Let's get them in. You know, I like to save every seed, right? Okay. All right. All right, off the dehydrator we go. All right, here we go. Not the best lighting, but I think you get the idea. I don't use this much, so let's see. All right, so let's turn it on. And then I think we hit set. Yes, all right, let's go to say 2 hours. Now we're going for the quick method here. I don't want to soak them. I'll do that in another one. Okay, that's all set. And I think you just hit start. Okay, so those are ready to go. Let's put the lid on. And let's move on to the next version. All right, you see a hot plate there. I'm gonna grab the baked pumpkin, which came out really nice. This is what it looks like. Beautifully baked. I was flipping it over. Ooh. I baked it skin up for a little bit, skin down for a little bit, then skin up for a little bit. Doesn't it look good? Roasted pumpkin like that. I do want to try a little bit. You hear the dehydrator in the background, so everything's happening in real time. Let's just see. Get rid of the skin. Ooh, perfect. Warm. Mmm. It's good. I did not put any salt on it. Very pumpkin-y. Let's peel another piece. And it's soft. I'll show you. It's mushy. But then you get the little crust from being baked down. That came out good. All right, let me do a little cleanup here and then we'll get the next group of seeds done. All right, method 2 now. This is how I've always done it. And remember doing it just basically straight into the oven. So a little oil, let's say use the same amount. Same amount of salt. Mix it up. And depending on how salty you like it, that's up to you. You can sprinkle some salt on right before you bake it. Okay. And this is how I've always done it. Years and years of this same method, just basically right in the oven. No soaking, no boiling. Okay, here we go. In the oven they go. All right, so this one is going to be soaking in water, but not boiling. So I'll let that probably sit for quite a while, and then we'll do the same amount of salt, just so that everything's the same. Now, when you soak them like this, you probably do want to add more salt, but I'm just going to be consistent so we can get the flavor. All right, so that one's set. So we're going to leave that now. Probably just sit out in the refrigerator, sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours. Okay, so this method, we're going to put everything in and then bring it to a boil and then let simmer for about 10 minutes. Ooh, I dropped a seed. That one's going to have to stay where it is. So I'll bring this to a boil. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of salt, but it is consistent through all of them. If I put a lot more salt than this, then you're going to get a different taste, yes? Okay, alright, I'll bring that to a boil. Alright, been a couple minutes. Definitely not boiling, but we will see. Give it 10 minutes. Actually, we'll give it a few more minutes. Okay, look at that. So now that it's to a boil, I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, so the ones in the oven, you gotta mix a little bit around once in a while just to kind of stir them up. Now you can tell they're still moist, so I'll put all this information in how I did this and we'll see which ones I like the best. Alright. Alright, they definitely changed color from being boiled like that and simmering. There's only a few minutes left, so I'm gonna bring this over, strain this, and then set it up on another tray with a little oil, and then I will put these in the oven alongside the other ones. Alright, so that's 10 minutes. Let me get these strained, and I'll meet you over back at the island. Alright, so that first batch is ready to come out of the oven. I'll put all the times in. So that's what they look like. Batch number 1. I'll let them sit on the oven. I got my bowls all set for all 4 of the different seeds. And then I just got to get oil onto this batch here. Now, I'm not actually following anyone's recipe. I'm kind of doing my own thing. But I'm just trying to be as consistent as possible. Okay. It's the same amount of oil. Now I'm not going to add any extra salt to that to stay consistent. Yeah, because you can soak these. There's all different things you can do. I didn't need this here, so let's move that. Let's get this in here, and then let's get this on the tray. Okay, same amount of time. They're definitely a different color, so let me spread these out, and then I will put these in the oven. They're basically cooked now. We'll see how long this takes. Alright, oven time. Okay, these are still warm, but I was thinking I can just lift the paper. Let's see. I'm going to lose some, but the majority will go right into bowl number 1. Okay, so I've been keeping track on little sticky tabs of where I'm at on each process and what exactly I've done. I'm not going to taste it just yet, but even though they're warm, alright, I'll try it because they are warm. Ooh, nice and crispy. And surprisingly, a good amount of salt. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so this is that second batch that was boiled and then simmered. So I'm just going to mix this up now. Move around a little bit, and then I will keep checking back. There we go. Alright, these are the ones that are boiled, and they still seem like they're moist. They've been in there almost 10 minutes longer. My timer's about to go out in 48 seconds. So let me delete that. Let me restart it. Now, I just tasted one. There's 0 salt. Remember, they were boiled in the salt water. So to me, these will definitely not taste anything like batch 1, which is nice and salty for what I use. So I think they need more salt, which I'm going to do now. I have to now, because I know for sure. I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on top. So when you boil them, that does not mean they're going to be salty on their own. So this test has now taken on a new turn. Alright, so there we go. Let me put these back in another 10. I think that should be good. It's been 1 hour here. I just want to check them. I'll taste one. So they're just as salty as batch 1, but they're nowhere near ready. They're hard to chew. So it's going to need that extra hour. All right, here we go, out of the oven. That was another 10 minutes. So those were 35 minutes, probably because they were soaked in the water. They are crispier. I think they're pretty good. So let me let those cool, and then I'll move them to the bowl. All right, 2 hours was not enough. They are still very chewy. The trays have been flipped around. So this was the bottom tray, and they're very chewy. So I'm gonna bring up the temperature a little if I can. Okay, so the highest that'll go. So let's go to 150. Well, that's 2 hours now, so I can go to the ones that have been soaking for 2 hours, and let's get those prepped for the oven. All right, so I'm back at the island. I've got the ones out of the refrigerator. I'm going to move these to bowl number 2. I'm going to say at this point, the boiling and the salt didn't change it much, and then they seem shiny, almost like there's a little moisture on them still. And I baked them a lot longer than the first batch. All right, got a little spill there, huh? Let's put those up there, and then let's use the tray that doesn't have all the salt on it. Let me put this one back. Okay, let me strain these real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I've been tamping these a little bit just to kind of get some of that extra moisture off, because I think that's the boiled ones have that same issue. And now I got to get the oil in here. And I'm guessing, and only guessing, that you're really going to need the extra salt, because the soaking and the boiling, I don't think really helped overall. So let's do this. I'm going to use the same salt. Mix these up. So this is the last batch that goes in the oven. Now the dehydrator one's 2 hours and really mushy still. So I turned up the temp. I'm going 1 more hour. All right. Let's get these on the tray. Ooh, like that. Yeah, see all the moisture that's left when you do the soaking, even after they're strained. So I'm gonna just move these to the side a little. Get some of this off of here. Even after I tamped them and did what I did, it's still, you might almost need to just let them air dry for a while. All right, let's get that in the oven. Okay, let's see. A little moisture still on the tray. The only way to know for sure is to try a few. Let's see. They have a nice crunch. Maybe a little soft in the middle, but I think you kind of want that. So let me give them like 5 more minutes and then I'll take them out. All right, back here again. Wow, this has turned out to be a real process. It's got 16 minutes. Okay, much better. Let me do another rotation of the trays. Believe it or not, these have the most flavor. Very pumpkin-y flavor. Unlike all the other ones. Ooh, just dropped that one. Oh, let's switch this around. They're definitely chewier, so I'm gonna let it go that full 15 minutes. All right, so that's now total 3 hours. Temperature change, which I'll document. They're still slightly chewy. Hard to break up. So I don't know if it's going to get any better than that. Well, let me try another half hour. All right, so that's been 3 hours. Let's take a taste. Here we go. So the shell's crunchy, and you get a nice little meaty inside. It's almost like they're the store-bought version. I think we're set. Let me bring these over there and we'll go over all the different versions. Okay, so this is number 4. These were the ones that were soaked. Now, for whatever reason, it looks like there's more, like they puffed up. Unless people have been taking samples, if you know what I mean. Trying them. All right, I'm going to leave that like that, because I want to get these into a paper. We'll probably say the dehydrated ones, so far, with the little tasting I've done, are my least favorite, but they do have a different consistency. I'm going to get these all in the bowls now, and then come back and give them all a taste. One by one, to see which one I like the best. All right, last one. Okay, I will be back. Right, I decided to ask a few participants to come in so that they can try them. I've tried them and I kind of know what is what, but I still have my own opinions, of course. So we're going to do bowl. Oh, first we have Mrs. LPS.
Hello.
We don't see your hands. There you go. And Aiden.
Hey,
Aiden's
everybody.
been in videos. He was just in a video playing hockey.
That's right.
All right, so blue bowl. Take a couple there. Give them a taste. I just want to know about crispiness and saltiness.
Right away they feel crispy
Okay.
and salty.
By feel, she can tell that they're crispy. Oh, we got a Hard to believe we got a Do you need to rinse down? Are you guys satisfied with that? You want to clear the palates?
I still have some.
Yes, I'm still chewing it a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna retry them as you try them all.
Okay.
All right. Red bowl.
Red Bull.
Okay.
I'll try the Red Bull.
Okay.
What do you think? So far?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
liking them.
You've got a fave? No, I won't offer my. Well, you wrote down what you thought. I thought Red Bull was crispier, but not as salty.
I would definitely agree with that.
All right. Orange Bowl.
All right.
Well, I'm writing salty for everything.
Okay, just saying and good is not going to help us out. I want some.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
results
I don't
at-
know if I love that one. That one's different.
Definitely different.
Okay, last one when you're ready. Anybody want to rinse?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to let everybody take a little sip. We'll be right back. Everybody had a little water. Now the purple bowl.
All right. Purple.
Okay, so I'll bring them back in.
That one's definitely less crunchy. I
Yes.
can tell already.
Okay. What was the order again? Give me your order. It was blue first.
Yes.
Then?
Blue, red,
Mm-hmm.
orange, purple.
Okay, here we go. Do you have a favorite?
I think blue is definitely my standout favorite.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I am going between blue and red, actually.
Blue and red. All right, just so everybody knows, blue, rinsed, salted, and put right into the oven.
That's
that
the
one.
traditional way.
Traditional,
Okay.
do it every year just like that.
That one's
Yeah,
standard.
that's what I do.
Red was boiled,
Ah.
Oh, interesting.
then baked. And it took longer to bake. That's why they're a little darker.
Well, they did have a little oil, I noticed. That's the only difference.
And nobody liked the orange, huh? Orange was soaked for 2 hours in salt water, then baked.
No, not a fave.
I
Okay.
thought the orange did taste a little toastier than the other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
It had some kind of deeper flavor.
The last
Even
one,
this one too.
is the dehydrator.
Oh, the
Yeah, that
Dehydrator,
one's
yeah.
kinda-
Didn't I
that
say
one's
they're kind of like they came out of the
softer
bag from the store?
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Less crunchy, a little softer in the middle. I
Right.
don't notice too much salt on that one either.
So we're gonna say just a standard old way. Don't waste your time.
I
2
think
hours
so.
is boil that.
Yeah.
Rinse them, kind of pat them dry, salt
Yeah.
them.
All right, there you go. That is the results. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah, of
LPS
course.
Dave.
It's been a long
Husband.
process. Get through the process. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS Dave,
What's up, Butch?
make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
Pick it up.